Welcome to the Regula Young Group's Buyer Series. In this episode, Stacy and I are going to be talking about viewing homes. So, as part of your buying a home journey, we're going to look at a lot of homes. And
Yes.
So
And mine is 45.
Yeah, today is minus 45 and I have lots of showings. Too many for minus 45.
Bundle up, wear your slippers.
Yeah, I know. I'm hoping that we're going to do the inside looks. We'll take a quick look outside and then we'll make a second showing if we like it so that we can look at the outside better.
And that one listing that you're going to is currently being heated by space heaters. So
I know. I can't even imagine what it's going to be like there today. I
told
can't believe that she hasn't changed her showing start date. Anyway, we'll talk about that another time.
All right. Showing etiquette.
Showing etiquette. So yeah, take notes, respect the seller's privacy. Don't go into their, dresser drawers.
And take your shoes off when you go in.
Right. Yes. And technically we're not supposed to take pictures without permission. So be mindful if you are taking pictures of stuff, be mindful of what you're taking pictures of. So we're not going to take pictures of their RCMP uniform and stuff like that. If we're taking pictures, it's a moldy spot in the corner or a question that we have for the inspector. And we want to take a picture of something so we can send it back to the listing agent to say, what is this?
And typically the photos that are online are, no offense, better than the ones you guys are going to take as buyers anyways. So you can look at those, but not all agents are photographers, but you can get a good look from there. But if you have to take a photo of the furnace or something, then that's
right, different. Exactly. That's something different. It's when we're taking pictures of if they left off a bedroom because that's their baby's bedroom and they didn't want it, on the internet. That's fine. Don't take a picture of their baby's bedroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then something, else is wait for your agent. Sometimes accidents happen and, maybe the agent is running a bit behind. We have seen at some of our listings right now on camera, the sellers will take a peek and the outdoor camera and the buyers are waiting for their agent and they're crawling through the vehicles and trying to get into the garage and, don't do that.
No, don't do that.
Respect people's belongings and their privacy. And we are supposed to be with you the entire time. So, if you're bringing your family,
everyone has to stay together.
Yeah, everyone has to stay together. And I have a lot of clients, they'll say, well, I want to bring, my parents, my aunt and uncle. Let's do that on the second showing. The first showing should just be us because, everyone's got an opinion and then you're everyone's walking in different directions. We're supposed to stay together and it allows you to concentrate a bit more. So, and allows us to, discuss things with you. So.
That takes us into why is a second showing so important, Stacy?
It's important because then you can go back and look at the things that you may have thought of after that you wanted to take a closer look at. You could do some measurements.
You also don't have the rose-colored glasses on for the second showing, so you're more likely to see things for the way they are.
Now you can bring your dad who's going to tell you not to buy the house. So you can, do these things, take a peek inside the oven, see what kind of shape it's in.
Yeah.
Go a little bit more in depth with things, but and then we always tell the listing agent, well, most of the time when we book the showing, we'll say this is the second showing, so maybe we'll book a longer time slot.
Yeah, usually book an hour
if possible. And also if you're messing with people's switches and stuff, often older homes will have a light switch, looks like a light switch, but it's for the furnace. And then don't turn that off. And
make sure you don't shut off the furnace today.
Leave it off. And then, now the seller's furnace isn't working. Yeah. So it's just, I think that it all comes back to just being respectful and not doing things without us guiding you.
And don't be tearing up the carpet to see if there's hardwoods. We can ask that question. There is sometimes a little trick to check without tearing up the carpets. Like I have literally gone into showings where the people before us tore the carpet off the floor. No, that is not respectful of the property. It doesn't matter what the condition of that house is when you walk into it. Do not change the condition of
Yeah.
the house.
And like, don't let your kids jump on everyone's furniture. I don't mean that to be disrespectful, but it's not
No,
like,
sometimes it's staging and like
yeah,
I literally
cardboard boxes that look like
cardboard
beds.
boxes as a bed, and like if they jump on that, they're probably going to hurt themselves, right? Like it's not just about respect, it's about safety. We show a lot of brand new houses that are under construction. I actually advise people don't bring their kids to a construction site.
No, it's
um,
dangerous.
yeah, and if you have to, if there's no other way to do this showing other than to bring your kids into a construction site, I recommend holding their hand and keeping them as close as possible.
Yeah.
We are in someone's workspace, and yeah, we're usually there. Well, they're not, but still there's holes in the floor. There's like, it's a construction site. It's not meant for
Yeah. And
us
then
to be in it.
there's a lot of technology these days of, cameras and hidden cameras and recording
Mm-hmm.
devices. So like, you know,
Baby
maybe don't say
monitors.
anything, even though you might think it's funny. Don't say stuff about the house until we are away from that. And be mindful of cameras. I have seen sellers that'll have cameras on the stove and they'll say, like it'll say in the agent remarks, like sellers are watching, which is difficult, but unfortunately,
Yeah.
it's happening. At least they told us.
Yeah, and if they're not watching, they can still be listening. I had a condo seller. She didn't tell me she was doing it. She had a Google, and she had Google recording every showing, like the audio, so she could listen to it while they were there, and she'd be like, "Yeah, no, they don't like it." She would know before I would.
Some of my jokes aren't funny, so it's a little scary, but.
You know what? For me, it was great because she had this really dark red wall that was really out of style. And she heard it from every buyer. I did not, like, I had already told her, but, she's like, oh, someone's going to like it, right? She didn't want to paint. Well, after her listening to every buyer come in and talk about the red wall, she did end up painting. So I guess it, whatever. But yeah, as a buyer, we do have to be careful what we say. As a buyer's realtor, I'm not going to insult people, but I'm like still going to point shit out. Sorry.
Oh yeah. We're allowed, like,
will.
I'm pretty negative at showings because I rather tell you about what I see now and then.
Yeah, exactly. I might not remember the tiny little things to point out later. And I mean, you can take notes, but like if I'm busy looking around, I'm not writing things down like all the time, right?
Well, that's why it's nice
verbal.
to have 8 family members, right? Because it's hard to concentrate. Yeah. We exactly. are, looking for certain things. We do see a lot of houses. We know what we're looking for most of the time.
We're not inspectors, but we still are used to looking at houses.
But when we're distracted by all these family members, it's hard to do that. So
yes, exactly. Especially when they're like, everyone has a million questions. Everyone has their own questions to ask, which is great because Manitoba is a buyer beware province and it's our job to ask questions and verify the information. But that first showing, if I can't look around because all I'm doing is answering question after question about the taxes, we should know that before we got there, right? Square footage, we know that before we got there. How many bedrooms, we know that before we got there. If mom and dad are asking all these questions, we're not looking at the house. We're going to spend our 30-minute showing answering questions instead of looking at all the details.
Yeah, send mom and dad the listing before we go.
Yeah.
So, go over it with them in the car. I know it sounds like this like a little bit harsh, but it's the reality of it. So
yeah, we're just trying to make sure that you get the best 30 minutes that you get in the house because yeah, we get a 30-minute showing and then we book a second showing if we're able to. If they're like, one of the houses I'm showing today has no offer date. So I did book an hour actually.
Is that the one that I'm also going to be showing?
Yes, it is the one you're also showing tomorrow. And they've set it up so that like, basically there's no offer date. And so if we want to write, we have to write as soon as possible.
You should wait until after Sunday.
And I know it's 24 hours for
We can have
review
a standoff.
anyway, so you're going to have a chance to show it no matter what, even if we write. But that being said, we're not likely going to get a second showing on this house because I've looked at the times booked. I can see that it's very busy already for tomorrow. So
My
chances
clients are
are I'm
bringing
not
mom
going to
and
get in
dad,
there a
so
second time. Yeah.
and then as far as, yeah, like even when we talk about the listing ahead of time, like you're gonna see words in there like as is or needs TLC. So
Yeah.
how do you break that down for people?
Well, as is, basically is that it's as is. They're not guaranteeing anything. So we have to ask more questions. We have to do more due diligence. Often in as is, it's because it's a POA, power of attorney, or an estate, but not always. Sometimes
Or a rental.
Yeah, or a rental. And it could also be, like a little old lady selling it, and she might like maybe doesn't have her memory very well anymore.
But it doesn't always mean it's in bad shape. I feel
It
like a
doesn't
lot of
always mean it's in
people
bad shape.
see
It
sold
just means
as is and they're like, oh God, I can't look at this house because it's falling apart. And it's like, well, no,
no,
just sometimes we
they're
can't.
not guaranteeing anything. They might
Yeah.
not be able to answer all the questions that we want answered because maybe they don't either have the knowledge or they don't have the memory of the knowledge, right? Like that's why I say a little old lady. When we're dealing with elderly clients, we usually put as is because we don't want to rely on their memory anymore. If they've been in a house for 50 years, 60 years, I cannot be sure that they're going to remember everything from that 50 to 60 years, right? Partially finished is exactly that. Often in basements, that means it has no ceiling or flooring or both. Yeah. I've seen people mark a basement partly finished and it's just been framed. I'm like, I wouldn't call that partly finished. It's just started.
Yeah.
Anyway, needs TLC usually just means it needs a lot of work. And
needs some cleaning too.
It usually means, cleaning. What are some other ones? Cozy usually means small, but I have been seeing cozy being used for more lately. Those are some important ones anyway.
I think that's pretty much it. Respect people's boundaries and plan ahead as well, right? Like sometimes you might have to adjust your schedule to be able to see a house.
Yeah.
We can't always, and the sellers and the other agents, we can't always accommodate your work hours. So you might have to, pick a day where we see a bunch of houses or try and line it up.
Right.
Got to be a little bit flexible.
Right. Exactly.
I think that's about it.
Perfect. Well, thank you for listening. And if you found this helpful, please subscribe, like, and share. Thanks for watching.